This is the Halloween special.
So now let's get on to the main event.
So we both saw this movie this weekend, and overall throughout this year, it's been...
What movie did we see?
We saw Halloween this weekend, and Halloween.
Yeah, we saw Halloween and Halloween.
Yes.
One was the new Halloween, however.
Yes, the other was the first Halloween, which we'll get to later.
But first, we're going to review Halloween.
So this year's been a trying year.
We're going to review the new Halloween first.
Yes, the 2018 Halloween.
Right.
So I don't know about you, but we've gone on and on about how bad this year has been or not how bad, but disappointing. You know, how many movies we've gotten that we're looking forward to that just, they didn't deliver. They weren't a good time.
Or at least there's a lot of things that have been mediocre.
Yes. This was surprisingly not one of those.
Yeah, and it's kind of funny is because of all the disappointments and whatever.
It had a lot riding against it.
Honestly, I think from the beginning, I was a bit weary about this movie.
The retconning.
Well, there was that. It's just, how many other things have we fucking rebooted or redone at this point? Mm-hmm. Like, it's just nothing safe. Like, even like random, like, sort of, capsules of a certain era are getting redone. Like, there's a new Clueless coming out.
Yeah.
I'm pretty sure they're working on new Gremlins.
Sure.
Just like, if you had anything remotely successful, it's just like, fuck it. Let's just keep making it. Mm-hmm. So it's getting a little irritating. I guess for better and for worse, this was one of the good ones.
Yeah. This is, I'll say I soft loved this. Soft loved it. I had a really, really good time with it.
That's the thing, is I definitely had some problems with this.
Yes, it's not perfect.
No, it's not perfect, but it was a good-ass time.
Really good time.
A really good time. Mm-hmm. So let's get right to it. We're going to do a different review structure this time around.
Yes.
So starting first, the most important part of a horror movie, the kills and the body count. What'd you think?
Well, the movie kind of starts out a bit tame. I'll say that without spoiling anything. Some of the kills you're starting out, you're like, okay, that's fine. I've seen that before. But then they get a little wacky in kind of a good way. Okay,
so do we want to do spoilers or no?
I mean, we don't have to.
Okay, we'll wait.
We'll wait. Because there is one kill or death where you're like, oh man, that's creative.
I was going to say, it starts off kind of whatever, but then it just piles up very, very quickly. In fact, I'd say probably more quickly than any of the other Halloween movies, probably.
Yeah.
Or at least that I can think off the top of my head.
Yeah, there's definitely a lot of kills. A lot of bodies.
Let's just say Michael goes for a little stroll through town.
He goes for a stroll through town, and he gets a little creative on some of these.
Yeah, he's still pretty super strong.
Yep.
Basically.
The strongest, I would say. And he uses that strength wisely.
Right. He varies it up with some bashing, some stomping, some typical stabbings.
Yeah, so it's an interesting structure of the kills. They get better.
Yeah, definitely. Mm-hmm. Now let's go on to this one. We can pretty much do without. Well, some of them we can do without spoilers. So characters and the acting. That was actually one of my biggest problems with this. Mm-hmm. Really, to me, the only character who I was really interested in was Laurie.
Well, that's
Laurie,
for sure.
Laurie Strode and obviously Michael.
Yeah.
I didn't like any of the new characters.
Like the kids?
No, they all sucked.
Yeah.
We're such millennials. We're switching the costumes around. Yeah. It's like, it's not that they did that. It's that, like, these characters did. I'm like, God, I hate you. It's like Disney Channel looking asshole guy with his 1997 haircut. I did like that spoilers, I guess. I did like that they made him turn out to be an asshole.
Yeah. But then it never gets resolved.
Yeah, well...
There's a couple of things that don't get resolved.
There's a couple of things that don't get resolved, but the one kid from Blockers was in it. I'm like, no, I hate that fucking kid.
Yeah.
I don't fucking know him personally. I don't care for his acting.
Yes, his acting prowess.
Or his fucking man buns. Well, he just had generic long stoner hair in this.
Yeah.
I kind of felt like the kid characters were, like, from 2003. Mm-hmm. and just kind of airdropped into a modern movie.
Yeah, I didn't care for any of the other kids aside from the granddaughter. I thought she was fine. I didn't really care about her character.
Boring. Actually, no, I take that back. The one I did like the what's her face. I don't remember any of their names though.
The babysitter friend.
The babysitter friend.
Yeah.
Hold on. We're forgetting the MVP of the whole movie.
Yeah.
The little kid who's getting babysit.
The babysit-ee.
The babysit-ee.
Yes. My God.
Wow. That kid has serious timing.
Theater was howling.
Yeah.
Holy God.
Every single line he said was hilarious.
No, I'm just here cutting my nasty ass toenails. God damn it.
I just love that. Or when he's getting chased, fuck that.
God. Which is like, there are some scenes, well, shit, I mean, we're talking characters, but characters are funny in this. There's a lot of funny in this movie, which I was shocked at. Some of it works.
I felt like the dad tried too hard.
You know who that dad is?
Yeah.
Fucking Cotton Hill.
Which is weird because he just seemed kind of, I don't know, I just thought he was kind of poorly written as like, we're trying to make him the bumbling doofus, get it?
I'm the goof.
Yeah, but as I've pointed out many times, horror is a wonderful, unique genre in which having shitty characters is, well, it can be a lot of things. One, it can be part of the fun. B, sometimes doesn't really matter. Or C, if you hate them, they might go bye-bye.
Right. And, well,
some of them do, some of them don't.
Some of them don't. But you know who doesn't?
Okay, there was also, we're forgetting Fat Dweeby Kid. What'd you think about him? I thought he was just eh.
I mean, not on screen enough for me to care.
What about Lamo Loomis? I didn't like that guy. I thought he sucked.
Well, I have thoughts on his character.
I thought everything about him. Well, I know what the thought, or if we're thinking about the same thing, which I think we are.
Mostly, my feelings about that character were like mainly tied to that spoilerific thing.
Yeah, we'll get there pretty soon. And then you had, what do you think about the two journalists?
I honestly thought that was a really smart call by Danny McBride. I'm like, true crime podcast. It's like, right.
Yeah.
That's smart. I'm like, yeah, of course people would go and like try and find Michael Myers.
Right.
Like, because true crime. Like, that makes sense. They're fine.
Also, Jamie Lee Curtis, it seemed like she hadn't skipped a beat.
She is so fucking good.
In this,
God damn it. Like, she kills it.
It's 40 years later, and it's just like, when she does her first, like, get inside! Like, the first holler.
Yeah, dude.
I was like, Jesus. It's
go down the street and get the, what is it, the Mackenzies or whatever?
Mackenzies!
Go!
Yeah. Just like, that's what I mean. It's crazy. She just disappears in that role, too.
And there's a lot more. I mean, there's everything in this role. Like, she is a fucking victim. Like, she's PTSD. Like, she's dealing with, like...
But she's also, like, badass and,
she's like, fuck this. I don't care. I'm going to harness this fear and to make it into... fuck you, Michael Myers.
She's just, like, all about guns and, like, log cabin houses and shit.
There's also just, like, a bunch of... They do shit like that, too, where it's, like, Laurie becomes the boogeyman. And I'm like... They do some homages to the original Halloween where I'm like...
Oh, I know exactly what you're talking about.
I like that.
All right,
I like that a lot.
The overall story, they added some new things,
yes.
like the what's it called, the journalists or the true crime podcasters.
Yeah, the disaster planning Laurie Strode.
And this to me was just such a better example of, all right, we're gonna do this movie, a sequel to something that we haven't touched on, I guess, technically, in 40 years.
Right.
Unlike other things like Star Wars and Jurassic Park, where it's like, let's just do basically the same thing, but make it shitty. Now, this actually decided, like, how can we actually make something that makes sense? Like, Laurie would be this way 40 years later.
Right.
It's not like with Luke, where I guess that debate's
Han Solo.
So overdone, but like...
Han Solo's like the same character. Yeah,
Han Solo is the same character, like, but Luke, everyone had their tiff back and forth. But I think there's definitely some warranted reasons for why someone could have a problem with the way they made him,
Right. And that's the thing about Luke, is that a lot of people had an issue with they thought that they added elements to his character that compromised who Luke was in all those originals,
including the guy who played him.
Yeah, but I don't think they compromise anything about. No,
that's what I'm saying.
Which is good.
It makes perfect sense that she'd be the way she is in this sequel later down the line.
Right.
There's nothing where I'm like, I'm not buying that. Let's see. There was one thing that kind of bugged me is like, get it? It's like we did in the first one. They did that maybe about 4 or 5 times.
Which one?
Well, just like little homages.
Oh, like the
Well, fuck this. Do you want to just do spoilers? I'm done. All right,
let's go.
Okay, so we're gonna be circling the wagons on some of these, by the way.
Yes.
So spoiler time. Like the one friend who I actually the only young character who I liked at all, really, aside from the kid. But I mean of the friends circle.
The babysitter.
Yeah, the babysitter. I liked her character. She was like, whatever, fine.
Right.
Like she had good chemistry with I thought that dialogue was really good. The whole thing where she's in the sheet.
Oh, yeah.
Like, get it? It's like when he wore the sheet in the first one. Or like when Lori falls off the balcony. Get it? She's gone.
See, that was the one where I was like, oh, you better do that. You can't have Lori fall off a fucking building and have Michael not see her land and not fucking have her not be there.
That was what was cool, though. You're right about that last scene.
Yeah. Like, it was weird. Like, me and Abby were the only 2 people in the theater that were like, oh, everyone else was just like in it. I was like, no one gets that? Like, what the fuck? Or like the one where like...
Did you clap?
Yeah, and I clapped. No. But like, or the other scene where it's like Lori's outside of the granddaughter's class, and like she's looking out in the class. I'm like, okay.
Oh, and the teacher's babbling on about something.
Yeah.
That scene pissed me off. I'm like, these kids should be all annoying and on their cell phones.
Right.
Or at least have like...
They shouldn't be absorbed in their books.
Yeah. I'm like, who the hell... Like, do they even have textbooks anymore?
God, I don't know.
God, I feel
PDFs,
like
if you will.
I feel like such a geezer. Do they have textbooks anymore? We used to have to go to the bookstore.
God. Okay, so what were some of the other things we couldn't talk about? Oh, the deaths.
The
kills.
So first and foremost, jerk-face boyfriend with the 1997 haircut.
Yeah.
Didn't get killed. I was so disappointed.
Yeah, they didn't resolve that. I was like, what the hell?
I'm like, dip your phone in nacho cheese, and Michael Myers should have been like, "Oh, dip your face in the cement."
Yeah. But oh man,
but Fatty McFriendzone got it.
He got it on the gate. He got stabbed through the mouth.
Gee, I'm such a dork. I just that kid was just annoying.
Yeah.
He was a try too hard.
Yeah, I'm glad he wasn't
just ever
around.
So slightly.
I'm glad he wasn't around too long.
Yeah.
But my favorite, and it's not really a death that you see, but like the fucking cops with the jack-o'-lantern head.
Yeah.
Oh my God, with the flashlight in his neck. I'm like, wow. That's the first time I've seen that in a long time. Ever.
You know, it's funny you mentioned the cops. That reminded me of just like the first escape scene. And I'm like, oh, this is cool. But then I watched the classic, the first one afterwards.
Yeah.
Okay. Those are almost the exact same scene. It's like, what the fuck? It's weird.
Like, it is, because you walk in and, like, you see, like, the...
There's just these white specters in the fog, you know?
They just let him walk around like that?
Yeah, exactly. Yeah. And it was the similar thing.
Oh, yeah.
And Michael Myers kills that kid.
Yeah, it was weird. I'm like...
he gives no shits.
Like, he just wanted to dance.
Yeah. That was annoying. I thought, like, there's too many, like, weird, trying to be funny things in the script that didn't land with me. I thought the dancing thing was dumb.
I'd say it landed like 85% for me. Like the kid was great.
Oh, you mean the babysit? The babysit-y.
The babysit-y was great.
Was his name Julian or some shit like that?
Something like that, I think.
I think it was that. I can't.
Julian, yeah.
Okay, so that's his character's name.
Yeah.
Yeah. So he was. All of his lines landed, but. I thought that was dumb. I thought the sandwich thing was dumb between the cops.
Yeah.
I'm like, why is this cop such an asshole, like, foodie?
It's not the worst. It's
just, there's just those annoying things. I'm like, we're so modern. It's like, just shut the fuck up.
Yeah. It was okay.
No, I mean, it's not like a major detractor, but like it's that they kept doing annoying things. I'm like, just shut the fuck up. Just.
Well, one of the other things they do is a huge twist that kind of never gets talked about ever, and it gets resolved super fast. And I'm like, what?
That's why I felt it was just kind of a waste. It was just dumb in the first place. What's his face?
Michael's psychiatrist.
Yeah. Okay. So he was Baby Loomis Jr.
Yes.
Just not even remotely close to as good as Donald Pleasance. Let me just state that right there. And honestly, he was one of the characters I liked the least. And I thought his twist was... It was kind of underdeveloped, and I guess that was like... But it's one of those ones where it felt like, hee, I fooled you.
Yeah, like, I got what he was doing. He's like, no, I want to see what's going to happen when he meets Lori. I'm like, okay. Then he gets killed, and I'm like,
because his head just stomped into
great
pumpkin juice.
Oh, man, it was great. But I'm like, okay, there goes that.
Okay, so I guess we didn't really say what the twist was. And then that he kills the cop because he wants to see Michael.
The cop who I thought was pretty good.
He's
the assistant coach from Remember the Titans.
Oh my God, that's who I knew I recognized him from something.
One of John Travolta's hitmen from The Punisher.
Oh yeah. Anyway, though, there's the other thing. It's like Michael wakes up and Allison, is that her name?
The granddaughter?
Yeah.
Yes.
So Allison's just there. It's like Michael would kill her immediately. Like he's not going to be like, "Oh, I'm mad at you." He's like Michael Myers is the kind of dude who's like, I'm going to kill what's closest to me first, and what's convenient.
Right.
And so I just thought that was weird. He's like, I'm so focused on you. And she just sits there forever. It's like, get the fuck out of the car.
Right. You've heard the stories.
And then the part I did buy is like, she starts to run. He's like, well, fuck it. I'm not going to waste my energy. Because that's his way. He's like, I'll get her later.
Yeah. I'll get this guy because I know him.
Yeah. Also, do we want to talk about the cries of an infant heard round the world?
What's that?
Dude, remember? He's walking through the house.
Oh, Jesus Christ. Yeah. That freaked me out. I'm like, oh, God.
The whole theater was just like, please don't.
And they don't. Which, I don't know why Michael wouldn't.
I feel like if I'm going to do mental gymnastics, Michael likes a hunt.
Yeah.
And I think because he's pure evil. He's supposed to be an embodiment of pure evil. But, so I guess that part doesn't match up.
Right.
But the fact that he likes to play games.
Yeah. Yeah. I think,
because I was really thinking about the theme of why Michael does what he does after watching this and the original.
Yeah.
And I think I've always underestimated the Halloween factor.
Yeah.
You know, trick or treat.
And masks and all
yeah,
that.
Trick or treat. Well, he's choosing tricks. And he's up to shenanigans. He's taking pranking too far.
Right.
Just a prank, bro.
All tricks, no treats.
Yeah, exactly.
Right.
So there's that. Let's see what else we got. Technical specs.
Looks good.
Hold up. Let's do scare factor first.
Oh, scare factor.
Did you find this movie frightening or scary or whatever? Thrilling?
I'll give you a hot take here. I don't find anything about Michael Myers frightening.
Really?
I mean, except like the concept of like him like walking or something I mean, that's scary, but like
he doesn't have the like if someone like I told you, it's like certain things freak me out if you show if you flash a picture quickly.
Right.
Like you know those like
The Exorcist.
Yes, you know the stare at the dot videos?
Yeah. With like, Linda Blair.
Yeah, and then if you show me that, like when I'm not ready for it, I'm like, Jesus, I'll jump a little.
Right.
And I told you, as we mentioned on the podcast before, Chucky will still do that. If I'm not prepared for it, I'm like, Jesus Christ. You know, I'm like, phew. You know?
Michael doesn't do that for me.
No, he doesn't.
And like not even the concept or like I think Michael's like, I'm not gonna go home and be like, ooh, Michael's in my closet. It's like, nah, not really. Like, but I will say this. I have fun with Michael, and I'm on edge with Michael. And the climax of this movie, holy shit! Like when Laurie's just going through the house again, I'm like, holy fuck! Yeah, this is intense, and it's like,
and then it's
not
like,
scary, but it's really suspenseful. You know?
I mean, I'm on the same boat as that. Not a lot legit scares me. I think concepts can be scary though. And this is perfect of the scary concept. It's like kids are like, it was weird. This time Michael Myers, when he starts his killing spree, he's just like, chop, 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 next house, chop, chop, chop.
Yeah, that was pretty crazy. It's like, Jesus, he's wasting no time.
Yeah.
He's literally sparing no one. Except the baby.
Except the baby. Which I guess, you know what I thought? Maybe he was like, I'll get you when you're older. Mm-hmm. Okay, again, time for mental gymnastics.
Yeah.
Maybe, just maybe, he thinks that the baby doesn't really understand fear yet. That's my douchebag, like, artso film analysis. He's waiting for the child's brain to develop unto which point he understands fear. He understands the duality of masks.
Right. I get that.
An infant can't tell you the duality of masks. He knows not the Scarlet Pimpernel.
Scarlet Pimpernel.
Yeah, but you get what I'm talking about. It's like, I think, I don't know. I'm just trying to give it an out, damn it, because I liked it.
No, yeah, I get what you mean. I feel like what do you call it?
Also, it's just because I'm glad he didn't.
Yeah, because you're like, I don't want to see that. Here he killed a 12-year-old kid. It's like,
Which I don't know. I was like, oh, shit.
Yeah.
I'm like, all right, that's how it's going to be, huh?
Yeah, it made me sad. I'm like, this is the first kill of the movie.
Yeah. I was sad when the babysitter died. I was like,
yeah,
no.
I liked her.
That was the one character of the new people who doesn't suck. Mm-hmm. She got it like the worst, too.
What happened? She just got stabbed a bunch?
Yeah, but it was pretty brutal.
On the floor.
I loved the setup.
Oh, the closet?
It's like, there's nothing there. Psych, there's something there.
Well, here's the other issue with the movie, which is, if you've seen the trailers for this,
I chose to look at the floor like a fucking weirdo, but I'm glad I did.
Thankfully, you haven't seen the latter scares. Like, they give away none of the third act, really. But, like, they show they show most of the kills from, like, the first half in the trailer. Like, the hammer one, like the one where he gets the chick from behind where she's looking out the window. The one where, that one, like, can you check my closet? Like, literally that one. And I was like, God damn it, I would have loved this. And it's still good. It's still a great scare, but, like, God.
See, that's the thing. I really think, I would almost say horror movies. Mm-hmm. Like, that's one of the most important ones to not give away much in the trailer. Mm-hmm. It's like I was telling you with the Child's Play trailer. The first one ever gives you absolutely no shot of Chucky.
That was back when we could have narrators for trailers tell you everything you need to know.
Is it just me, or is like that something we need to fucking bring back? I was thinking about that the other day. That's the problem, is there are no narrators. So you either have to record weird, lazy exposition,
right,
or use lines from the movie, and then you have title cards and shit. It's like a narrator narrators help make it less boring. Like if you're doing a big swooping overhead crane shot of a forest, it's like nothing's been the same since New York. Like, it's just like, that's boring. Shut up. Like, well, if it was like, the world has changed a lot, like, you know, epic voice saying epic shit, you know?
Right. Yeah. No, I agree. I think the trailers showed too much, and trailers have been showing too much as of late.
No, I mean, we've talked about that, you know, on end, but my point is, I'm really, really glad that I chose not to. Because the times I've decided to do that, it helped a lot. So, to circle back, scare factor, it was there, it was good.
Suspense factor.
It was creative.
Yes.
Let's see. Okay, now we go to technical specs. Music. What'd you think of the score?
Good. I mean, it's the score from Halloween 1. It's like the same deal. It's John Carpenter and his son.
It's not exactly the same, though.
Well, they add, like, new, like, synth elements and, like, different kinds of pads and stuff.
But I'm talking about besides the basic themes, besides the down.
Well, they have, like, the down.
That's what I'm talking about.
Yeah. It's a lot of the cues you're familiar with.
I'm saying besides the familiar cues. I was gonna say, I'm not gonna say I didn't like it. That'd be too far, but I wasn't really blown away by anything new in the score.
Yeah, those elements don't really make themselves present. I feel like they were probably scared. Like, what else can we add to the musical ideas of Halloween?
Because they already did steel drums, and was it Halloween 5? Yeah. Boink, bonk, bonk, boink, bonk, bonk.
God.
Who the fuck thought of that?
This isn't the Commando soundtrack, guys.
Okay. So back to Halloween.
Yes.
So that was fine. Editing.
Yeah, I didn't really have anything like problems or, I mean, nothing really super stand out. It just like looked good. The effects are great.
Yeah, the editing.
The gore effects and blood effects were really good. Yeah, I liked it all.
I thought the design of the Laurie's house was awesome.
Oh yeah, that was the other thing. It was like I felt the like Child's Play or like Child's Play and Hellraiser. Like you get a good sense of space and like I feel like if I were to close my eyes, I could probably feel my way through her house.
Even
in both
through all
movies.
Those creepy mannequin rooms.
Yeah, Jesus.
The final showdown was pretty epic.
It is pretty goddamn good.
It's pretty good stuff.
And like the final the final showdown, like
yeah,
that was my one thing is I'm not really digging Judy Greer. Like she's fine, but like her character sucks.
I think
then like
of all the characters we left out, I'm just gonna be honest. I felt like a lot of her lines in the first 2/3 were so phoned in.
It's like, Mom, you suck.
Mom, you suck. You're not welcome here. Remember? Mm-hmm. It was surprising because I know like Judy Greer is usually extra expressive.
Yeah.
And is her character supposed to be like a psychologist or a shrink or something?
She talks like someone who's gone through extensive therapy.
Yeah, and I don't know if that was like
she needs cognitive behavioral therapy. I'm like, someone's gone to the therapist's office.
Yeah, that's kind of what I thought. I was just like, well, but that's of course because you learn she done grew up tough.
Well, that's what I mean.
Laurie Strode made her,
and that's why like I wasn't feeling her character until the very, very end when she has her moment.
Yeah,
where she's like acting.
Yeah,
she fucking
exactly.
Blows Michael away. I'm like, okay, you're cool. You're fine.
No, I still think she sucks. You can't win me back with one moment.
Yeah, she was okay, but it's not the what the fuck is her name? Karen Strode? It's not the Karen Strode show. No, it is the Laurie Strode show, and she brings it.
Yeah,
all throughout.
I mean, in a perfect world, I thought Michael should have killed both of them, so it's just Laurie. And it's just like, wow, things just keep getting shittier.
Yeah, and they're like fighting on the roof while the building's burning down.
She put up a good fight, man.
Yeah,
and then they finally get him in the gigantic like steel bar trap and blow up the house.
Yeah, I just love that like they're looking down at him and like it's fucking burning and he's just like looking at them.
Yeah,
like half like what the fuck, half fuck you. Like come on, man.
It's like have you guys seen the other ones? I'll be out of here in no time.
Yeah.
So I guess we'll go on to any other final thoughts.
No, I mean I had a really, really good time with it, more than I thought I would. And that's speaking as like somebody who before seeing this like had seen Halloween 1 like probably out of order.
Yeah.
Like parts of it, you know.
Okay. So let's move on to scores. I'm gonna give this a 4 out of 5.
That is the exact score I'd give it converted to 10 and 8.
Okay, so 8 out of 10.
Yeah, it was really solid.
12 out of 15.
That's pretty good.
That is pretty good.
For this year, that's pretty damn good. Part of that was the theater experience, man. How was your theater experience?
My theater, not a lot of shrieks, but there's this couple next to my friend and I kept hearing the girl, I'm so scared. I'm so scared.
God.
It was like, God, this is your... and then the dude in the couple during the trailers. Mm-hmm. Oh, that was scary as shit, bro. It was like some garbage, like one of those like shitty, like the Ooger Booger Flicker Lights Man movie. Yeah. like one of those shitty ass like gray, black and white like nun ghost story movies. And I'm just like, psh. I felt like such a horror snob. I'm nerds. You guys probably haven't even seen Leprechaun 3.
So at my theater, we had a kid who, there was a bunch of like really shitty like 13-year-old, 14-year-old kids here.
Well, that was your first mistake.
Yeah.
But continue.
This kid walks out of the movie theater, goes into like the area behind the movie theater, like the lobby area. He opens the door, puts his head in, starts like yelling the Halloween theme. And we all kind of look back like, what the fuck? And he like pulls his head back out. And then like 5 minutes later, does the same thing. Like puts his head in, screams the Halloween theme. And we're like, everyone in the theater is like, what the fuck? And like, there's this other kid who I swear to God.
Beat his brains in?
What happened was this kid who I swear to God looked like He looked like fucking Maui from Moana. Like this huge kid with long hair. He like goes out of the theater and like you can hear the kids laughing in the fucking lobby. He opens the door and like through the door you can hear the kid go, "You want to get fucking decked?" I was like, holy shit, everyone starts laughing. Kid comes in, everyone starts clapping, and the kid takes a fucking bow. I was like, wow, that was great. And thankfully it didn't happen during a really important part.
Jeez, man. You always like, I get pissed when like the kid next to me has his phone texting.
Yeah.
Like you get the crazy theaters.
It was weird. First of all, it took me like 5 theaters to get here. Like we went through like 6 or 7 different show times.
I was. Well, my case was the showtime that I was originally going to go to had really shitty seats.
Right.
So, I mean, it was a little inconvenient. But yeah, dude, this movie has been making money hand over fist. And I have mixed feelings about it, sort of.
Better than, over Venom?
Oh, fuck yeah.
Like,
Everyone.
I'm glad it dethroned Venom.
Yeah. Well, see, that's what I'm glad about. But I'm starting to.
Don't get too carried away. Don't let it go to your head,
no,
people. Jason Blum, he will.
Yeah, see, that's my problem is, like, every time a movie like this does well, it's like, that means we need to reboot everything.
We need to make 6 every year.
Yeah.
2 Halloween movies a year.
2 Halloween movies a year. One on Halloween and one halfway to Halloween.
Oh, God damn it.
We'll call them Halloweens and Halloweens and a half.
Oh, Jesus Christ.
That's like, part of my thing is, like, I mean, it's just like every year, it's just, or at least for the last couple years, you get a lot of these shitty remakes, and then you got some good ones, and then you have a Mile 22, which you put a lot of hope in, and it just doesn't deliver.
Yeah.
So that's why I'm sort of mixed on this one. But overall, you know what? I kind of like thought to myself, I'm like, you know what? Fuck it. Just make Gremlins for the 3rd goddamn time. Like, originals suck. You know what? I give up. So I guess if it's time to give up, just you know what? Continue making good ones like this.
Right.
So that's that for the new Halloween.
Actually, also, a brief interlude. Apparently, we didn't mention that this movie's operating under the assumption that Michael does get caught at the end of 1978's Halloween, which we never see.
Yeah, whatever.
I think they mention it too, like he gets shot by Sheriff Brackett, like while he's running away from the house or some shit. But whatever, who cares? He gets caught.
Well, I mean, we made it through like a whatever, however the hell long we just talked about this movie without mentioning that.
So it's not a big deal.
So you know what? You slipped one by us, David Gordon Green and
Danny McBride.
Danny McBride. So who cares? Works out just fine.